So I made a video about like my piercings and stuff. Just there, it took 10 minutes to make, and then I turned it off, and I was just like, "Fuck this! It is so long," because I blabbed just so much. So I'm just going to do really quick. I'm not going to talk about my tattoos because I tried to, and it was over 10 minutes, and I was like, "Fuck this." So basically, I've had so much piercings. I haven't had so many piercings, but I've had like a good few. I've had the hair done. I've had my eyebrow done. I've had sorry. I've had this done like 3 times. All my lobes, blah 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 blah. I tried to pierce my hip before, but that kind of rejected a bit. And I tried to pierce my belly button, but I couldn't even put the needle through because it was just like, it freaked me out. I hate belly buttons. Anyway, so at the moment I have my septum done, my antibrow done. I have this stretched to a 16, and I have this stretched to an 8, and I have a normal stud there, and I also have 2 of my nipples done. So I'm just going to go through them really quickly and tell you, the best kind of like bars or whatever to put through them, and the pain, because a lot of people always ask me about the pain of them, and different people have different experience with pain. So I'm just going to tell you what I've heard from people and my own experience. I don't have a massive pain threshold, but I do have quite a big one, So okay, I got my septum pierced when I was 14, up in Waterford by a professional piercer. It did not hurt one bit, because your nose is like connected to your tear ducts. I did like automatically cry, but it was not because of pain. It was just like a reflex. And a lot of people will be like, "Oh yeah, I cried," or "Oh yeah, I heard this girl cry." It's not that you cry. It's just like your tears just uncontrollably come out of your eyes because it's all connected or whatever. So I rate my septum, and then I had to take off my septum. I don't know. I think it got infected. It was for school or something like that, and because I had like a full ring with a ball there, and I didn't know how to take it out or something stupid like that. I know I was young. So then I got my septum done again myself, but then it was so painful because I couldn't even pierce it all the way through, so it was just kind of hanging down with monkey. And then I got it done in February. The person pierced it completely wrong. Like, it's pierced like half down my nose, and it's supposed to be pierced like up there at the very top of your septum, in like a little rook of your septum or whatever. And that's why it hangs down so much. Like, no one's hanging down as far as mine. It looks like I have a really big baron, but I actually don't. I have actually quite a small baron, and it doesn't look like that. So that wasn't that painful, but when I got it done the 3rd time, I think it's just like because my septum's like freaking out and it's like about to collapse. So like, hopefully I won't be taking cocaine when I'm older because it will literally just fall out. That wasn't that bad. The 2nd time I got it done, it was pretty painful because she pierced it wrong, and afterwards it was like quite swollen, and I couldn't flip it up, couldn't flip it down, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to rate that about a 7 out of 10. No, 8 out of 10. Yeah. Got my tongue done before I took it out recently because it closed up because I just forgot to put in bars and stuff like that, and it just closed up. I'd rate that about a 6. But afterwards, the pain afterwards, if your tongue swells up like mine did, mine swelled up for 4 days, I think. But after that it was grand. It didn't get infected, nothing like that. The only thing that has ever gotten infected is my like lobe up there. Once I took it out ages ago, and that got infected a few times actually because I had to keep on taking it in and out for school. Anyway, so yeah, tongue wasn't that bad. Swelled up a few days afterwards, but a lot of people that I know, it went down, straight away. They could eat after they got it pierced. Then my antibrow, which is a surface piercing, I got that pierced last August. That didn't hurt at all. I'd rate that like a 4. Surface piercings actually don't hurt, and it looks sore because it's right next to my eye, but surface piercings just aren't sore. Sorry if I'm fixing my hair a lot. It's just because it's kind of fucked up and it's like flat or something weird like that. I don't know. No, that's dumb. You're dumb ass. Okay, whatever. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, surface piercing don't hurt. I recommend to keep in a staple bar, which is like that. It looks like a staple. It's like whoop whoop. I recommend to keep that in if you don't have to take it out all the time. But if you have to take it out all the time because of school or work or whatever, then I recommend a curved bar. Staple bars, the healing process is much gentler and it doesn't get infected as easily as a curved bar. But if you need to take it in and out for school and stuff like that, or work or whatever, then I recommend a curved bar. And it's easier to take out as well. Staple bars, a lot of the time you have to get the piercer to take it out and show you how to take it out the first time. Maybe that was just for me because I'm a dumbass, but yeah. Then I have my nipples pierced. Sensitive topic, that's what I meant. Sorry, that was a really poor choice of words. That didn't hurt that much, just felt kind of weird. Never got infected, really easy to maintain because all you need is cotton bud and, you know, just dab your nipple, whatever, with disinfectant. Very awkward to talk about. People are always asking me about it, and I'm like, I really don't want to talk about this, it's really awkward. But then when I'm drunk, I always manage to just be like, oh, I've got my nipples pierced, all that kind of shit. You know, everyone does it. And you always want to show it off afterwards. Unless that's just me. Again. Alright. Yeah, that doesn't get infected that easily at all. You know, mine never got infected, never heard of anyone's getting infected. I'd say if it got infected, it would be pretty nasty. I would not like to imagine, you know, pus coming out of someone's nipples. But you know, it's really easy to hide. What am I talking about? You know, your parents aren't gonna fucking check your boobs, like, you know, so if your parents are like sensitive about like piercings or something, that's the piercing to get because it's dace, you know, it's class. It's a great piercing, you know, because you don't really recognize it, but then, you know, when you're doing stuff, you're just like, oh yeah, nice one. So it's pretty handy for that kind of stuff. But if you are like not into that kind of stuff, like if you're a virgin, or oh my god, it sounds no, but you know what I mean. Like if you don't do that or something, then there's no point really. Alright. Okay, yeah. So there are all the piercings I have. Oh yeah, I have this stretch to a 16, this stretch to an 8, and doesn't hurt once you get past a 8 or 6. No, 8. Doesn't hurt once you get past an 8 or a 10, but for me, stretching from 6 to an 8 hurt like a bitch. Oh my god, the smaller it is, the more it stings, kind of hurts. So that's what I think anyway. And once you get past like a 12, it doesn't, you can't even feel it. Like I can like, you know, pull at this and whatever, and it doesn't hurt at all. I can't even feel it. So in future, I want to get my collarbones pierced. I don't know why, I think it's really cute or something. I want to get my hips pierced, but they reject a lot. I want to get my belly button pierced because everyone has it, and you know, like, I hate my stomach so much. I hate it. I hate when people touch it. I hate when I look at it, everything about it. But I just want a belly button piercing because I don't know, I think it would be better. I think it would help me kind of like, you know, be able to wear bikinis better or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I want to get back of my neck done, maybe. I know, I think that's a piercing that a lot of people are getting now because they're too afraid to get any other piercings, like facial piercing. I could just be like, you know, being a dickhead and being like, ew, people only get their back of their neck pierced because they're women or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's turning into a very common piercing among young teenagers or whatever. Which I don't like. I don't like when people have a lot of piercings that everyone else has. That's actually one of the reasons I got this. One of the reasons I got this is because I always used to draw dot nets my way because it makes it look bigger or something. I don't know, but I got this and I thought it was kind of cute. I always wanted to get their stretch. I always wanted to get my elaborate stretch, but apparently it would look really weird on me. But I love it. I love elaborate. I love stretch elaborate. I think they're really, really, really attractive on girls. I don't know. That could just be me. On guys, not so much, but you know. Oh well. So yeah, that's all about my piercings. I'd rate this. Sorry, a 4. I'd rate this about an 8 if you get it done wrong. If you get it done properly, then about a 5 or a 6. Tongue, I'd say for afterwards about a 7 because it swells up. Nipples, not that much, just feels a bit weird. I'd say about a 5 maybe. I have had both my lips done before. That was nothing. That was like a 3 or a 4 maybe. Had my eyebrow done. That feels a bit weird. It swells up a bit, so I'd say about a 5. Hips, I would never recommend anyone getting their hips done, even though like a lot of girls get it. It rejects really, really easily. I don't know why, but it just does. You know, maybe that part of your body is just not supposed to be pierced. So yeah, this is my piercing video. Wasn't that interesting at all, but yeah. Oh, and stretching ears, not that painful. You know, after you get past a certain size, it's grand. Can't even feel your ears. So this has turned out to be a really fucking long video again. I'm desperate at blabbing. I blab so much. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye.